I was dead for one day. I don't mean I almost died. I mean, they said I was gone, no pulse, no breath, cold, still. For 23 hours and 54 minutes I didn't exist. And yet, here I am talking to you. When I woke up, everything felt wrong. Not like waking from sleep, but like being dragged through wet darkness into a body that didn't remember how to belong to me. My chest burned. My eyes refused to open at first, and when I finally managed to breathe, it felt like inhaling air for the first time in eternity. Have you ever felt something like that? Or maybe heard whispers of people who came back saying they saw something? Tell me what you believe, and stay with me till the end. Maybe together we can figure out why death let me go. The day it happened was ordinary. Too ordinary, maybe. I'd been driving back from work, half tired, half lost in thought. I remember the radio fading out, static swallowing the words, and then headlights from the opposite lane, too bright, too sudden. I remember slamming the brakes, the scream of rubber, the shattering glass, then nothing. No tunnel, no light, no floating above my body. Just nothing. Imagine pure absence, not darkness, because darkness is still something. This was the absence of even that. No sound, no up or down, no time passing. I didn't even know I was missing until I wasn't. The next thing I remember was a vibration, faint, like a low hum far away. Then came a sound, a single sound that pierced through everything, and a heartbeat. Not mine, though. It was too slow, too heavy. Every beat felt like it came from the outside, shaking me, forcing me to feel again. And then came the cold. The kind that doesn't touch your skin. It moves inside you, bone deep, crawling under everything. My body wasn't mine yet, but I could feel something trying to fit into it, like forcing the wrong key into a lock. When I opened my eyes, I saw the ceiling of a hospital. White humming lights, a faint smell of antiseptic, but something about the light was off. Too white, too sharp, like every corner of the world had been scraped clean of shadows. A nurse was standing over me. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. I saw her mouth form the words, "He's back." I wanted to ask from where. They told me later that I had died at the scene. No heartbeat for 38 minutes before the ambulance arrived. My body was moved to the hospital morgue. They covered me, tagged me, left me, but around 24 hours later, the security footage showed my hand twitching under the sheet. When I was able to speak again, my voice sounded wrong, rasped, hollow, like it came from somewhere behind me. My throat ached, but not from tubes or CPR. It was the ache of something that had screamed too long in silence. The doctors called it a miracle. Some said it was a case of suspended animation. Others whispered about electrical misreadings or medical errors. But none of that explains what I felt while I was gone, because there was something. The nothing I was in. It wasn't empty after all. When I think about it now, I realize there was a presence in that void. Not a person, not a god, not a shape, and just an awareness. The moment I noticed it, it noticed me back. It didn't speak, but I understood. It wasn't language. It was like being shown something without seeing. Like being remembered by something that shouldn't remember you. And when I woke up, part of it came back with me. The first night after I was released, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt it again. The hum, that slow, heavy heartbeat. Except now it was inside my walls. Inside my bed. Sometimes I could feel my mattress pulse under me, almost breathing. At first I thought it was just trauma, maybe hallucinations from brain injury or medication. But then my phone started doing something strange. Every night at exactly 3:11 a.m., it would vibrate once. No notifications, no calls, no alerts. Just a single vibration. One night I decided to record it. I set my phone camera to face me as I tried to sleep. When I played it back the next morning, I saw myself tossing, turning, whispering something. But then, right at 3:11, the screen flickered, and for less than a second, a shadow passed behind me. Not on the wall, between me and the camera, like something had leaned in to look at me. I couldn't breathe watching it. Every instinct told me not to look again. But I did, frame by frame, and when I reached that exact moment, I saw it clearly. Two faint outlines where eyes should be. No color, just voids watching. I deleted the video, but the image never left my mind. Since then, mirrors have become unbearable. My reflection moves a fraction too late. My breath fogs the glass, but sometimes it doesn't clear. It stays, like something on the other side is breathing too. There's a smell that follows me now. Faint metallic. Like rain on hot iron, it comes before I hear the hum. That same slow vibration under the air. And when it comes, all sounds dim. The refrigerator, the ticking clock, everything, like the world holds its breath. The doctors say my senses are hypersensitive from trauma. But they don't understand that this isn't in my head. It's around it. I can feel space bending when it happens, like reality isn't solid anymore. A month after my return, I went back to the crash site. The road had been repaired, but I found something lodged in the dirt by the trees and a small piece of glass from my windshield. When I held it up, I saw a faint smudge inside it, like smoke trapped within. I turned it toward the light, and I swear, for a split second, it reflected something that wasn't the road, or the trees, or me. It was the same white void, the one I had been in. I dropped the glass. After that, the dreams started. Or maybe they weren't dreams. In them, I'm always standing in a place without a horizon, a flat, endless plain that looks like fog but feels like liquid. There's no sky, no ground, just white. And always, somewhere far away, I hear that heartbeat. I don't move in those dreams, I drift. And the longer I stay, the more I forget who I am. My name, my age, even the shape of my own body starts to fade. The last time it happened, I woke up screaming because I couldn't remember how to breathe. I started locking mirrors in the closet, covering windows, keeping lights on all night. It doesn't help. Sometimes I see flickers in my peripheral vision, something leaning just beyond reach. I began to realize something horrifying. Maybe I didn't come back. Not completely. Maybe part of me stayed there and something else came here. Something that's still figuring out how to be me. The people closest to me noticed. My sister said my eyes look different now. That they used to be warm brown, but sometimes in certain lights they look almost gray. My dog, who used to sleep by my bed every night, now won't even enter my room. He stands at the doorway and growls softly, like he sees someone else inside. A few days ago, I woke up to find muddy footprints leading from the front door to my bed. The strange part, I live alone, and the footprints weren't shaped like shoes. I keep telling myself I'm imagining it, but there's a moment right before dawn when the air goes completely still, and I can hear two heartbeats. Mine, and another one slower, stronger, syncing with it. I tried to record the sound again, this time with a proper microphone. But when I played it back, it didn't capture the hum. Instead, I heard something else. A faint whisper, stretched and distorted like a voice trapped in layers of static. It said a single word, stay. I don't know if it was warning me or reminding me. Sometimes I stand in front of the mirror for too long, just staring, waiting for it to blink first. And sometimes it does. Not always. Not clearly. But enough for me to know it's there. Watching. Practicing. Maybe this is what it means to die and come back. Not to escape death, but to drag a piece of it with you. Maybe that's why people who see the light never talk about what's behind it. Maybe it's not light at all. Maybe it's just the place where everything else stops existing, except what wants to follow. If you've ever felt something pulling at you when you wake up, that half second, of not knowing where you are. Maybe it's because part of you is still there, waiting for permission to return. I don't think death is a place. I think it's a state that remembers you, and lately I can feel it remembering me again. Sometimes at night when I close my eyes, I hear that heartbeat in the walls. The hum, the vibration, the faint whisper beneath it, calling, steady, patient. I count my own pulse trying to match it, but I can never catch up. It's always one beat behind, as if it's waiting for me to stop. If I ever disappear, if one day you find this recording and wonder where I went, don't look for me in hospitals or morgues. Don't pray or mourn. Just listen for that hum at 3:11 a.m. That's where I'll be, not dead, not alive, just waiting for the light to notice me again.